Hey guys, it's Jennifer from Live, Laugh, Love to Read. Today I'm doing a book review on The Boston Girl by Anita DIAMANT. And let me say, I was pleasantly surprised that I actually liked this book. I'm giving this book 4 stars. 4 stars. So I actually had this in my car in my box of books that I keep in the car to trade out at little free libraries, and I actually got this book from a different little free library, and I didn't want to read it because I thought it was a different author that I don't care for. But what happened was I was in the car and I was sitting in my car waiting for an Instacart or shipped order, and my Kindle was dead. So I grabbed this book out of the stack, and actually I liked it, and it wasn't the author I thought it was. It's a different author. Go figure. It just goes to show you should try books even though you don't recognize the author, or if you think it's somebody else or whatever. You should sometimes try them, and you just never know, right? All right, so this one it says The Boston Girl follows one woman's life through a period of dramatic change. Watching Addie Baum escape the constrictions of her upbringing, find ways through literature and work to broaden her own appreciation of the world, and in retrospect draw the outlines of a life fully lived, is engrossing and captivating. So, sorry about the air conditioner, it just clicked on. So we follow Addie, but Addie is like 85, and she's telling her life story to her granddaughter, who is grown and who's doing, I think, a paper for college. And so Addie is telling her life story, and it's very interesting, actually, because she lives through her parents are immigrants and very strict, especially her mother. And she, well, you can see the cover. So it follows her through the Great Depression, and she doesn't get married till she's like in her late 20s. But before that, she's telling the story of being a young woman trying to find a job, as a single woman back in 1930 something, I think. And it starts, let me just read you the first page. Nobody told you? Ava, sweetheart, if you ask me to talk about how I got to be the woman I am today, what do you think I'm going to say? I'm flattered you want to interview me. And when did I ever say no to my favorite grandchild? I know I say that to all of my grandchildren, and I mean it every single time. That sounds ridiculous, or like I'm losing my marbles, but it's true. When you're a grandmother, you'll understand. And why not? Look at the 5 of you. A doctor, a social worker, 2 teachers, and now you. Of course they're going to accept you into that program. Don't be silly. My father is probably rolling over in his grave, but I think it's wonderful. Don't tell the rest of them, but you really are my favorite. Not only because you're the youngest. Did you know you were named after me? It's a good story. Everyone else is named in memory of someone who died, like your sister Jessica, who was named for my nephew Jake. But I was very sick when you were born, and when they thought I wasn't going to make it, they went ahead and just hoped the angel of death wouldn't make a mistake and take you, Ava, instead of me, Addie. Your parents weren't that superstitious, but they had to tell everyone you were named after your father's cousin Arlene, so people wouldn't give them a hard time. It's a lot of names to remember, I know. Grandpa and I named your Aunt Sylvia for your grandfather's mother who died in the flu epidemic. Your mother is Clara after my sister Celia. What do you mean you didn't know I had a sister named Celia? That's impossible. Betty was the oldest, then Celia, and then me. Maybe you forgot. Nobody told you? Are you sure? So she's talking to Ava, her grown grandchild, and the book starts out 1915, 1916. She's a little girl. And it goes on, and it just tells she goes to secretarial school and learns to be a secretary, and that's basically one of the only jobs at that time that women could do besides be a teacher. And so she does that. And one funny thing, though, is when she's talking about how they named their kids after people in the family, I'm like, what? Because it's like, okay, so Jessica was named after Jake. Okay. Ava is named after Addie. Or Sylvia, let's see. Clara is named after Celia. So, I'm not sure those names, like you would get that from those names, but okay. Thought that was kind of funny. But this was a really good book, and like I said, I was pleasantly surprised. It kind of reminded me of, actually I have it right here, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, where she's telling the interviewer her life story. It kind of sort of similar to that, but it different. Because Addie actually is Jewish, and her like I said, her parents are immigrants, and so especially her mother is very, very strict, and she always talks in not a very nice way to Addie. So yeah, but it goes through Addie's life and her not getting married till she's like 28 or 29, I think. And having kids and everything, and it was just really good. I would recommend it. And look at the cover. I mean, hello. The cover alone grabbed me when I seen it in the little free library, and I can't believe I almost didn't read it. So I'm glad I did. Alright, that's all I got, guys. If you like this video, how about a like? And while you're here, how about a subscribe? Don't forget to check back for more book videos coming up soon. Thanks, friends. I'll see you next time.